YouTube, what is good? We have a great vlog for you today. 2 housekeeping notes. 1, this video might look different because your boy forgot to switch the picture profile on my camera, so I just stuck with it. Wow, great timing. Number 2, big thank you to ShipStation for sponsoring today's video. You can go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone on the top of the home page, put in code EVAN, and you can get 60 days for free and support the channel. Now to the vlog. All right, it's like 4,000 degrees in that attic. Today is probably the last day that my office is gonna be intact and look the way it normally does in this house. So I wanna show y'all a tour, explain how I make my YouTube videos and the vlog. Let's see if I remember how to do this. It's been like a month. Boy is moving. I did mention that in the podcast, but I'm moving to the city. It is going to be really awesome. I've mentioned it before. I live about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. Not anymore. Going to be right in the heart of Midtown. Really excited about it, but the big problem is the fact that I have to take my house and shrink it down to a 1-bedroom apartment, and someone bought my house in cash, so we only had a 2-week turnaround for me to get out of the house. It's a lot to figure out, so rather than figuring it out, I'm just putting a bunch of stuff in storage and just putting a band-aid over my problem for now. So you know the vibes, the Evan Ranft signature breakfast, English muffin, cream cheese, honey, ham, 4 eggs today. Tell me, is this a terrible idea? My friend is coming over and I'm letting him borrow my drone. They've never flown a drone in their life. They don't know what they're doing, but they're a skydiver, and I guess yesterday something go wrong, cut parachute away, which sounds absolutely terrifying, so they're trying to find it. This lighting is gonna be a little bit rough. Now I'm gonna show y'all the office before it gets deassembled. Bittersweet, but I wanna document the office, and it'd just be nice for me to, you know, for the memsies, whatever you wanna call it. It'd be nice for me to have this. So, let's go through it. Let's start with these right here. We have never talked about these, or I might have a long time ago. So these are special edition, as you can see, Atlanta Moet bottles. And I did a job with them a couple years back. Hang on, we'll go downstairs. This is so unnecessary. The giant Moet bottle. Maybe one day I'll open this up and like celebrate something, but for now it's just gonna sit here and be this really cool decorative thing. Probably need to bring these upstairs too. Back to the tour. Down here is a Porsche clock. I got this when I worked with them earlier this year. These are pretty cool. So this is Juxtaposed magazine from 2014. I did this photo that ended up being a Converse advertisement. Barely got paid for this. I think I got paid 400 bucks. This is Sneaker News magazine, Volume 1 with LeBron James on the cover. How crazy is that? I don't want to crease it or mess it up, but I did some photos of, there we go. That was one of them. Trinidad James back in the day. This I think was even in 2014. It's the first digital camera I ever got. What is this called? The Fujifilm A200. I looked one of these up on eBay. I think they're 12 bucks. This is one of my dad's old film cameras. My dad is the one who got me into photography in the first place as a kid. These are 2 special Felipe Pantone edition Hennessy bottles that are still wrapped. You've heard me talk about Felipe before, my favorite visual artist, hands down on the planet Earth. And then this is a Heineken Art Basel 2015 special edition can. I went down there and worked with them. That is from Kauai, Zion National Park. Can't really see it because of the glare. That is Smoky Mountain National Park. Production side of things, y'all probably know most of this at this point. We gotta get a full shot of the office in all its beauty. 21-inch iMac. We have the Rode podcast setup. The light I've been using, Aperture Nova P300C right here. This thing is so amazing. It lights up the entire office. Hands down, one of my favorite things I've added to the office and added to the video production, and it's gonna work really well in this new apartment to kind of give me some studio vibes, even though I don't have a lot of space to work with. This is going to be a problem actually in this new place. I got to figure out what to do with it. The Aperture 120D, this is kind of like the go-to YouTube video light at this point. Basically everybody's got one of these. Works great. I mean, it's fantastic with the light dome. Highly recommend it. And then the tripod I've been using, Manfrotto with the video head. Older tripod, it's carbon fiber. gets the job done. Don't use this one for photo stuff. So I ended up staying at my parents' house last night, getting a quick workout in my parents' basement. This room is the room where I learned how to lift weights probably when I was a junior in high school, and I had the Arnold Schwarzenegger guide to bodybuilding. Now this is turned into like a storage room. It's really messy, but still got the pull-up bar. All right, so I love the fact that I bought these to put everything in. No foam on the inside. All right, we got the foam. This level of organization is just glorious. I mean, look at that. Perfect. Damn y'all, no chair to pull up. It's the end of an era. I love this house, man. Despite what happened in my personal life and despite, you know, the pandemic and everything that happened, this house has been amazing. It's been such a learning experience. It has been so fun to live here. It's been so fun to have y'all on the channel. I gotta thank our sponsor real quick, ShipStation, because they actually made this move a lot easier for me. Downsizing from a house this big to a one-bedroom apartment, which I'm not gonna show you in this episode, you'll see it in the next one. It's a super dope apartment, but downsizing was a nightmare. It made me realize how much stuff I had that I didn't need. So I sold a bunch of it on eBay. Use ShipStation for that. You can go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, you get 60 days for free using code Evan. By using that, you support the channel, and also you can make shipping way easier. All the stuff that I sold, I was able to get the labels through my label maker that I used for my e-commerce business, skip the line to the post office, just drop them off. Simple. So whether you're trying to do an online business like I do with my new book, Stops Along the Way, ShipStation's a big part of that as well, because with all the orders coming in, I can easily fulfill them using the software. And if you're running an e-commerce business or just doing casual shipping, it's gonna save you a lot of time and keep things very organized. So huge thank you to ShipStation for sponsoring today's video, being a part of the channel, being a part of this move, being a part of this journey that my life is going through. It's getting dark out here. I gotta go in and pack. If you could smell the way that I smell right now, you'd probably throw up and vomit all over your keyboard. It is disgusting. I went running and didn't shower. So I'm gonna go pack, and in the morning I wanna talk a little more with y'all about what's been going on with my creative life and update you, because it's been interesting to say the least. What a couple of days. So I wanna end today's episode kind of just with some thoughts, some reflections on me taking basically a month off from photography, really even longer than a month. It was probably, we're in August at this point. I really didn't make a ton of photos in June, and I really didn't make a ton of photos in July. So we're close to like 2 months of me really pulling back on how much photography I was making, especially compared to what I've done for really the last 5 years. And for the last 5 years, making photos has been my #1 priority. Making photos and then making content for y'all surrounding those stories and those behind the scenes. So this has been a big change, and I want to talk about a few things in regards to it. Shout out to those ducks or geese, whatever they are. The first one is this. The internet media world, now granted, this doesn't have to necessarily do with photography, but it kind of does, because me doing photos, I typically make videos and YouTube content and social media content about it. Now, every single other art form, you know, actors, musicians, people who are making these big projects, they take breaks. They take creative time off to recharge, to do other things, explore life, and gain inspiration. And for me, I haven't done that in a really long time. And it's really not normal for internet media people to do that. How many YouTubers take 1 month, 2 month breaks? You don't see it very often. How many Instagram people take 1 month, 2 months breaks? Even longer than that. You know, I think like 6 months is a really good break if you're in a creative world and you're working for a very long time. So for me, I don't know if photographers necessarily do that either. Ones who use social media probably don't, but I'm sure there's some out there who release books and then take big long breaks. But for me, this is the first time I've ever taken a break to creatively recharge. And let me tell you, one of the best things I've ever done for myself. Like, I'm getting to this point right now where I really feel compelled and excited to make photography again and make videos again and just keep sharing with y'all, where maybe 4 months ago I wasn't feeling like that at all. And I just think that's a byproduct of overworking yourself. I think it's natural for us all to do that. Everyone has this tendency to feel like they constantly have to be moving forward. I constantly got to be doing the next thing, when in reality you can work a little smarter and not as hard, because once you gain that excitement and that inspiration again from just living life, the whole creative process becomes a lot easier. The second one is the fact that, you know, it's okay to learn something new. It's okay to try something new. If you're an artist or a creative person, there's so many things out there for you to put your creative energy into. And if you've noticed on the channel, I switched kind of my style of videos for the last few months and focused more on talking, focused more on concepts, ideas, reflections, and I love it. And I feel like I've gotten so much better at talking and so much better at speaking, and I've learned this new skill that is so invaluable that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And it's kind of weird. I'm sure a lot of you, when you first started making pictures or when you first started doing video or when you first got a camera, you were so excited. All your creative energy flowed into that and you saw a lot of progress very quickly. And over time, that exponential growth, it kind of goes away. And what's exciting is when you find a new craft, a new creative outlet that you're excited about, you get that same jolt of energy again. You get excited to start dumping all your creative energy into it, and speaking and podcasting and what I've been doing is what I'm finding that, I guess, spark in again. And it's a really cool feeling. It's not like I'm going anywhere with photography. It's just cool to have a new creative outlet that seems exciting, that I'm seeing a lot of growth in very quickly. And if you're out there struggling with, you know, writer's block, creative block, whatever you want to call it, it might make sense to go just try something else, some new creative thing you can put your energy into. And what's crazy is it doesn't have to be art. It could be like jujitsu or like martial arts. It can be all types of things, anything that requires thought. It could be chess. And the last thing, I've always given people advice to put their camera down if they're not feeling inspired. I've always said it's okay to do that. And I've done it, you know, for a weekend, for a couple days. But this summer is the first summer that I feel like I've actually lived summer in so long. And if you follow the channel for years and years now, you know it seems like every summer I get to the end of it and say, man, I didn't really do everything I wanted to do this year. I didn't really enjoy it. I worked too much. Life got too crazy. And life has still been crazy, obviously, with the move and the book coming out. But this summer, I put the camera down so much more and just took in moments. And that is a reminder I want to give to photographers out there. Take in moments, sometimes just for yourself. Doesn't always have to be captured for the internet, captured for your memories, captured for your hard drive. I mean, it's always cool when you do that, but if you find yourself in a position where making photos is taking you out of the actual moment, my advice now would be just live it. Just take it in. You'll probably remember it anyways. If you're having this whole inner dialogue about should I make a picture, should I not, I guarantee you're going to remember that moment because obviously it's a special one for you. So maybe it's not always best to make a photo, especially if it's going to take you out of the moment and take you out of the time and place that you're living in. Enjoy your life. It's not always about photography, I guess, is the message I want to make. And you know, I think I'm changing a lot as a person. I think I've changed a lot as a person in the last year. I'm going to continue to do so, and the content is going to reflect that, and I'm excited to bring you all along. Photography will always be an undertone or in the forefront of this channel. I just think there is so much more to life and so much more to all this and so much more value I have to offer people and so much more of a message I can bring with these videos that I'm excited to explore it. I'm excited to just keep living, bring you all along, keep making pictures, keep documenting it, keep, I guess, creating commercial lifestyle work is technically my job. It's going to be cool. So thank you guys so much for supporting what I do. Thank you for supporting the channel. I actually turned 30 during part of this episode as well, so that's pretty exciting. Cheers to another 10 years of me doing this, another 10 years of life and experiences to share with y'all. Thank you so much for supporting the book as well. Quick update on that. The final proof is on its way to my house, so once that comes in, I'll be able to look it over and I'll be able to give the okay to start printing all the pre-orders. Had to wait about a week to get all the pre-order numbers in so we could get an idea of how many total to order. So thank you for the patience on that. I'll continue to give you updates. You all are the best. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next time.